What is up, guys? Orbital-Pilot back here once again in the world of Warthunder. This time taking the sky in the Ta-152. Now this is my very first match ever in this plane. So everything's stock. I have no idea what I'm doing. And well, for some weird reason, it's the first time I've played in like a week. So sorry about getting no videos out. Hopefully things will go back to normal this week. Yesterday I just had a ton of work. I was scheduled just a ridiculous amount, but it's a lot of fun. It's good. But anyways, videos should get back to normal, and I figured why not start it off with the Ta-152. Now, I'm actually going to jump right into the gameplay. I'm going to talk about the plane a little bit later on, and that's because the gameplay or the cool parts happen right off the bat. So right now I'm 3,100 meters, very low, especially for a plane like this. But for some weird reason, the rest of the American team, or most of them, are down turn fighting. And most of the time, that would mean my team is also down there turn fighting, which would most of the time also mean that the Americans are probably going to win. However, it really didn't turn out like that, and I think you're about to see why. So diving on an F-8F, the F-8F outperforms me in climbs. It's just about as fast. It has amazing cannons, and it turns better. So try to get some shots off, however, no luck. Put it right back into WEP and just go straight back up. There's no reason to even start to engage that guy. He has every advantage. Now, F-8F slightly above me. He is a much more important target. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to roll over at about 1,700 meters. This plane does not hold its energy very well, but a little bit more on that later. So F-8F comes in. I'm not sure if he's going to try to do a head-on. That's probably what I would do in his case. Take some very poor shots. For some weird reason, none of those hit. Try to turn back into him, but no luck. So now I have a problem. I have an F-8F and another F-8F. If I dive down, the one on the deck is going to get me. But for some weird reason, he stalls out, and yeah, he's gone for sure. Bullets all through his fuselage. Cooling system, yeah, he's not going anywhere for sure. But now there's another problem. I have an F-8F and an F-8F above me. I have to find some... For instance, this plane is not in its natural habitat. Normally it likes to be up in the sky, above people. I am trying to use it as a turn fighter. Now, luckily enough, one of those 30 mils actually connects with this plane. Do some very short rolls right there to try to get the F-8F off my back, and he goes into a negative G turn. Well, most of the time I cannot hit things in this type of turn, but for some reason, in this plane, it really makes it easy. I'm not sure if it's the ailerons combined with the rudder, but it works really well for shots like that. Most of the time, those shots are really hard for me to connect, because you have to line up and then you have to pull down on your elevator. But for some reason, this plane seems to be really good at it. Now, the 30 mils will not pierce medium tanks. That's what I'm trying right here. Just firing the 30s, and you don't get a whole lot of ammunition either. It's nothing like the D13 or something, where you can pretty much just, spray all day. No, you really have to be kind of conservative with your ammo, because you don't get a whole lot. The 20 mils, you do get quite a bit, but if you like that 30-20 combo, it's not a whole lot. Now, of course, you do have the next Ta-152, which its armor and actual armament is a little bit different, but this is the first one you get. So that's 3 kills right off the bat. I was really impressed, especially considering I haven't played Warthunder in like a week or so. So I was not expecting to do nearly this well. But let's talk about a little bit of the plane, not just the actual gameplay. So the Ta-152, at least stock, is honestly, the engine performance is majorly lacking. In a straight line, it's fairly fast, 350 miles an hour it seems on deck, which is really good for a prop. The problem is first things first, it takes forever to get there. As we can see, I'm flying straight right now, and I'm barely gaining any speed in a straight line. Now, of course, WEP is not on, but I still feel like a Bearcat, a Griffin Spit, I know for sure would be out accelerating me. It's really not that fast in a straight line, at least the acceleration. Its climb rate is downright It's not even mediocre, it's just bad. Like, the Ta-152 does not want to climb stock. I believe like 156 miles an hour at 20 degrees. Yeah, the D-13s are going to fly by you. Spitfires are going to fly by you. F-8Fs are going to fly by you. Pretty much everything you go against, except for maybe like a DO 335. I don't know, actually. The DO 335 may climb better. But climbing is just, it's pretty terrible, pretty mediocre, and I was a little bit disappointed, not gonna lie. Now for shooting down soft targets like that, like AAA, this plane is going to do absolutely amazing. Of course, 220s and 130. As we can see, you guys already saw the planes. These guns do massive damage, even with stock belts like this. So firepower is not where this plane is lacking. And that's really where I kind of recommend. I recommend putting your 20 mils on the left click and your 30s on the right, just so you can kill soft targets with your more plentiful 20mm ammunition. Because as we can see here, 172 rounds left for 20s and 4 for 30s. It's not even. You will not run out of 30s. You will run out of 30s far before you run out of 20s. So, although the 30s really is not that good because it has such a slow velocity, we did see what it could do when it actually does hit a plane. So, it does do really, really good work if you can get it to hit. But like I said, getting it to hit is the problem for most pilots. So now that we talked about its terrible engine performance, and like I said guys, this is completely stock. This is my very, very first fly out in this plane. So who knows, it may actually get better in time. But I hope, because right now it is majorly lacking. But let's talk about the actual feel of the plane. Ailerons, rudders, and of course elevator. That seems to be amazing. And although I don't really know why, because it's a German plane and most of them aren't, it turns fairly sharp. Its ailerons are powerful, its rudder, that's really the thing I like on this plane, and I'm not sure why. Of course, I've only flown it out 2 games, so I can't really say if it's bad or good, but its ailerons and rudder seem to work really, really well together. As we can see, when I did the inverted roll to shoot down that other F-8F, it had no problem complying with that. And like I said, that's a shot that's really, really hard for a lot of pilots to hit, because not only do you have to get your guns on the right path, but then you also have to lead your target correctly. And so a lot of planes will freak out and the rudder will screw you up, and most of the time most pilots won't hit that shot. And that's one of the things that this plane seems to do fairly well. Now, like I said, it has 220s and 130. I'm using 800 meters for convergence. I know that seems like a really, it's actually exactly pretty much half a mile. But I know it seems like a really, really long way, but for guns like this that are almost in the fuselage, you're able to do that. And that means that you're able to really reach out and grab people from that easy half mile. Whereas if I went with normal 400 or 500, I would really be more confined to where I shoot. And that's really what I like about these cannons. Although they're not directly in the fuselage, which of course is always the best, guns in the fuselage are far better than wing-mounted guns. Especially like something on the attacker that has massive distance in between its guns. It's not good, it's not fun. But when the guns are mounted so close together, it really makes it easy. So, gonna go heads up with an A26. Not the wisest idea, but he's the last guy, so I really don't care if I die. But I do get him, luckily enough. So guys, let me know down in the comments below what you think of the Ta-152. Do you like it? Do you play it? What do you think of it? If you guys have any tips, let me know down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, and now that we're up to 250 subscribers, I want to thank you guys for that. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. You guys know how much it helps out, and I'll see you guys next time.